Welcome to another Chef Knives to Go Quick Look product review. I'm Steve Gamache, and what we have this time is the Konosuke HD2 Western or Yo handle Gyuto 240mm knife. So what they've done is taken this, I'm going to use the word probably apropos, legendary HD2 semi-stainless steel, and they put it into a Western package if you're looking for something a little more traditional or something that kind of fits in a little bit better in a pro environment. But this HD2 is a semi-stainless steel. It's fine-grained. It's easy to sharpen. It takes a really nice edge and kind of sharpens up like a good quality reactive like Hitachi carbon steel. But it's semi-stainless. It will take a bit of a patina on it as you use it, but it's definitely not full-on reactive. It is a mono steel construction, so it's one piece of metal that's laser cut and then ground to shape. Heat treats around 61 Rockwell on that core steel. So HD2 is just super stuff. It's great steel. The weight and dimensions on these should be pretty similar from knife to knife, but this one's about 222 grams or 7.8 ounces. Edge length is 245, so it's a pretty big knife, 9.6 inches on the edge. And the overall length's about 14.6 inches for the whole blade. Spine thickness, I measured about 2.6 coming out of the bolster, and then halfway down I measured it about 2.1. And you can see it just kind of gradually thins down, and especially as you get to the grind, it gets pretty skinny right at the tip, and these also get pretty skinny right at the edge. So these are very good performing knives. Nice and straight, clean grinds on them. Blade height is about 49.3, so it's pretty generous at the back here and gives you lots of clearance for the cutting board. The handle is a black pack of wood, which is a stabilized wood product with a full tang construction you can see there. And the bolster, this looks like probably a pin-done, a little hard to tell, but it might be a pin-done bolster. But so you got the bolster, all the fit and finish is really nice on this handle as it flows down. You got 3 stainless rivets on it. And the fit and finish on the Western line is not quite as, I guess, I'm not going to use the word complete, but they don't take it quite to the same level as they do on the WA or Japanese handle ones. The biggest difference is the spine. The spines are relatively flat on this, and then they work the edges just a bit versus on the Yo, or excuse me, the WA, the Japanese handle versions, it's really rounded and polished, and there's a lot more polish at the choil here. Although this one has a fair amount of polish and rounding to it, and is very comfortable. So these, again, they just don't take it quite to the level they take the Japanese handled versions of this knife. But other than that, it should be ground quite similarly and perform quite similarly. You've got some etched in maker symbol and HD there to let you know what it is. You can see they've got enough thickness there to give a good contour for decent food release and food separation despite the thinness of the blade. And out of the box edge, we'll give this 6, maybe 7 out of 10. It's just very sharp out of the box and really ready to rock and roll if you want. Again, the steel is super easy to sharpen, and it takes a great edge. Trying to get a good beauty shot. We'll call it right there. Balance point is going to be just in front of that choil. I'd say the handle, just kind of a full-size, standard-size handle for this. So if you're wondering, you know, what's the handle type, it's just kind of a full-size handle. It's got, you know, fairly flat slabs on the side, and then, you know, a bit of contouring right here that kind of flows into that bolster up front. But then the corners, it's not super rounded all the way around. So it's definitely pretty hand filling, so it should just be pretty good for a lot of different hand sizes. This would be really nice in a professional environment. Doesn't stand out too much. Great steel, good, you know, really good performance. Again, doesn't stick out like a sore thumb in a pro environment. But here is your profile. So these just typically have a good all-around profile. You've got a little bit of a flatter area towards the back third, which flows gently into the front. Medium kind of height tip, so I'll still get pretty good height. That's really good height on a rocking at the heel. Yet you've got a good middle part and kind of center part of the blade and you got a little bit of flat towards the back. So this will just really work well for a lot of different techniques. So again, legendary steel that's awesome, easy to sharpen, takes a fantastic edge, semi-stainless, really doesn't patina a ton, but it just will get a nice look to it after a while. It's just a great knife. So this is the Konosuke HD2 Western or yo-handled Gyuto 240mm knife.